Hello, my name is Toby Stovold from Scion. I'll be presenting a short update on industrial eucalypts for the FGR workshops. In the program, we currently cover 3 species: Eucalyptus Regnans, Estegada and Nightingale. Historically, we've focused on these for fibre, but there's some interest in solid wood products. Eucalyptus Regnans, the breeding program started in 1978. The breeding population size is currently around 100 families. We're currently in the 3rd generation. The last round of tests was planted 2009, 2010. We have done a growth and form assessment, and new selections have been made and grafted to seed orchards. We've also established gene resource plantations of the species at 2 sites, and we're going to convert one of the trial sites to a seed stand in 2020. The gene resource stands and the progeny trial conversion is just to allow for more seed production if there's more demand than the seed orchards can supply. Estegada, very similar, started in 1978. However, this population is a bit larger. It's around 200. So we've employed a rolling front strategy where we split the breeding population into 2, which enables us to spread the resource requirements. The first half, which was 2 trials, have been assessed for growth, form and stiffness. The second half, another 2 trials, has just been assessed, and we're due to report on our findings, and we will identify new orchard candidates if people want to graft into orchards. And similar to Regnans, we're converting one of the trial sites to a seed stand, just in case there's more demand than the seed orchards can cope with. Moving on to Nightingales. Breeding started in 1978. Population size here is similar to Estegada. It's around 220. We're using a rolling front strategy where the population is split into 2. Currently, from the most recent trials, we did a significant wood property study in the second half of the population, which involved felling 780 trees, which were intensively studied for growth strain and shrinkage, stiffness and checking, and we also collected DNA to start genomic studies in the species. New seed orchard selections have been made from this generation. It's the 4th generation for the species. And further work in the near future is to use the Scion Dispot to scan some samples from the felled trees and create an NIR model to predict some of these traits so that the future research can be done with non-destructive sampling. The genomics results, we had 700 trees from a couple of sources within the trial, done in collaboration on this Euc chip 60K. Genomic data tended to improve prediction accuracy. So if you look at the chart, you can see the black towers, which are the pedigree or the phenotype based information, and the grey towers, which is the combination of marker based information and pedigree, and all of the towers increase in size and prediction accuracy for all of those traits: diameter, growth stress, tangential shrinkage and wood density. One of the limitations of growing Nightingales is attack by Peropsis beetle. Spraying is possible, but it's becoming more and more regulated. So we initiated a Peropsis browsing trial with cooperation of Southwood Export Limited, Scion collected adult Propsis beetles, around 2,500 from Poranui Station at Taupo. And they were segregated into 4 pairs per container and shipped to a progeny trial at Howden's Forest. And the Southwood Export staff released 2 pottles per plot in 2018. And the reason we had to import the Propsis beetles is at that site we'd been waiting for Propsis, but the levels were very low. So we monitored the trial monthly after release, and around April, May, the decision was made that we had seen enough chewing, that an assessment was a go. So we used a palatability score, which ranged from 1 to 10. 1 was no chewing and 10 was completely stripped, like a witch's broom. Analysis of the data we got gave a heritability of 0.15, which is similar to diameter for a lot of species, so scope there. There were some differences between the orchards and sources which made up that trial. If you look at the graph to the right, the grey area contains families that are above average for growth but below average for chewing, so there's potential in this population to select for browsing tolerance. And the trial won't be sprayed this summer, so potentially we'll get continued chewing, and our second assessment could go ahead and we'll be able to confirm these findings. Some examples of the gains from the program. Regnans, we're in the 3rd generation, we've improved DBH by 31%. Estegada, we're 2nd to 3rd generation, we've made 15% gains in form and diameter. The form gains come from a reduction in forking, which Estegada is prone to. Night hens, we're in the 4th generation, we've made gains 30% reduction in internal checking. We increased volume and density in the last round, which is unusual because they normally go against each other. The take-home message, we've got 3 species here that are well tested and understood. There are high genetic quality seed available from seed orchards from ProSeed and Southwood Export. Work continues on products. There'll be other presentations on thermal modification, LVL, and possibly CLT. There's ongoing research into pest control, that's Propsis and EVB, and that's in collaboration with the University of Canterbury. And future research post SWP in the next 3 to 4 years will focus on wood quality and products, because the breeding is pretty well under control. And that's me. Thank you very much.